We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Many years I had accumulated a shoulder injury due to lifting heavy weights back then. You know, this was in high school. And it's kind of interesting because recently this injury's been bothering me for many years. And recently, 2018, my brother, Dr. Boz Moreno, has suggested that I take some of his bee venom, a homeopathic solution he put together. And I was like, yeah, let me try it. Let me see what's up. At first, I was kind of skeptical to the situation, but then at the same time, with its track record, I was like, yeah, he be putting it down when it comes to homeopathic medicines and whatnot, you know, due to the history we have with each other and whatnot. So I was like, yeah, let me get some. So I end up ordering some, read the instructions, what I need to do, how much I need to illustrate within or add to my body or whatever the case may be. So over a 2-month period, I took it. I took injections from every Tuesday, so 4 times a week, 4 times a month. So I took it for 2 months, and after the second month, I noticed that my arm was not hurting anymore. The muscle had repaired itself, literally, you know, and I was like, whoa, let me start sharing this with people, you know, really start giving them an opportunity to check out what's actually involved with bee venom. So tune in. We definitely got some more exciting things. If you're interested in administrating some bee venom, check out our advertisement that we have that's supporting this podcast. Hotep, I am that I am, so call me Haru, your modern monk, your cannabis fitness strategist, back at it again. Here for you, here with you, here to discuss some interesting mental, physical, spiritual, social, economical, fitness, financial. This is how we do it, keeping it real. Shout out to all the viewers, everybody that's tuning in to be tuned up, if you feel me, with episode 114, the new disease. Y'all want to hear about the new disease? It's not the COVID. It's not cancer. It's not Ebola. It's not AIDS. You know what it is? It's called fear. F-E-A-R, fear. The best ploy of all time. The best disease of all diseases. Yes. Since 1776, to be exact, this new disease developed, known as fear. 1776, it all began with the new country known as North America. United States of America, becoming one of the greatest countries in the world in a short amount of time. But we're going to get into that episode. I want to give a shout out. Appreciate you. Your host with the most. You Are the Gym podcast show where we're giving you exclusive insight. And bear with me with my representation of my Japanese brothers, my Chinese brothers, you know, my Asian community. Keeping it 100. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the sharing. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subscriptions. You know, you can get me at YouTube as well. You Are the Gym. Making it happen on that level. Always, if you always talking to a lot of people, always giving me an excuse why they can't hear the podcast show. Oh, you got to subscribe and this and that. You don't necessarily have to subscribe. You can tune in. You can Google You Are the Gym and find You Are the Gym podcast show. My stuff will pop up and you literally don't have to download anything. All you got to do is click the button play and you can play it. So we do have, like I said, you can always reach me at my website, youarethegymlive.com/podcast.
You can get my shows from there. You can always get my Google Podcasts. Google Podcasts, Google Bean or Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, and many others to tune in. But like I say, billions informed per day. Keep the stupidity away. You know what I'm saying? The whole point of this is to educate, extract, allow you to start thinking for yourself. Fuck what these cats with these white coats got on. You know what I'm saying? Giving you all these pharmaceuticals, killing you, shooting you up with anything and everything, and you don't even question it. Oh, they're taking blood. What they taking blood for? That's another thing. What they taking blood for? And then they got the nerve to call, go get your blood. They'll pay you to get. I never understand. They'll pay you for your blood. Now, see, these are things, people, we got to start waking the fuck up. Why are we going to donate blood or plasma? You know how many people are dying 24/7, 7 days a week, and all these experimentations they've been doing to the human species? Everybody talk about clones and this and that and all these other things. This shit is happening. Right? It's happening. It's not a conspiracy theory. This shit is happening. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing it daily in our everyday life. When you got AI, you got you got Booker T. Washington, W.B. Du Bois, and all these Nat Turner and all these who else? I can't even say the other folks. It's crazy. It's crazy how the mindset of what's going on, they can animate all this, make them look like they're looking at something or this and that. This is AI. AI is created by human beings, people like you and I. You don't think it's going to be a problem? We already have a problem because we're always all about thinking we can control shit. We can control a certain amount of shit, right? Think about this, people. Think about it. Stop acting ignorant. That's why I say ignorance is not bliss. It's retarded. It's stupid. It keep you dumb. It keep you ignorant. Therefore, people can do anything and everything to you and get away with it and then justify it. And then the crazy thing, you would justify it yourself. Why I did this, why I did that. Well, I didn't have a choice. See, that's another thing. I didn't have a choice. See, we can play in the game or we don't have to play in the game. This is a shout out to all these sovereignty, autonomy wannabes. Look, if you want to play in their system, you got to play the part. You feel me? You're part of the Social Security Act. You're part of the birth certificate. All that shit is liable, or the asset that they have created on your ass, unless you having children at home and you not saying fuck all this registering and all this other stuff. And it's kind of interesting how, think about this, how now you got all this registration with your product, registrating your product, warranties, this and that. See, that show you where this country is going anyway. They don't believe in their own shit. That's one of the things about me. When you hire me as your coach, look, I believe in you if you believe in yourself. That's the key thing. If you believe in yourself, that's why I'm very selective with the people I work out with or I actually encounter or help develop. That's the difference with me, because I'm not going to put up with your bullshit. Because most of y'all coming and y'all don't even know what the fuck y'all want. And life is actually showing you, it's giving you the road. It's giving you the road. It's all about what you're actually going to take on for yourself. Taking full responsibility, taking accountability for your own action, your life. Your life is important, people. Stop being a fucking slave every fucking day. Yes, sir. Okay, yeah. Bow down. That's another thing. All these submissive type of understanding where it's destroying our whole industry, destroying the whole mindset of human interaction. Y'all not ready. Let me keep on going. As I go down, as I talk about my sponsors, shout out to my brother. We talk about wellness and health. This is brother Dr. Boz Moreno with Method Moreno. You know what I'm saying? His website at drbosmoreno.xyz as well as drbosmoreno.com. You can email my brother at support@methodmoreno@gmail.com as well. Phone, text, please, 404-462-0571. That's 404-462-0571. For those of you who are working with dis-ease within the body, within the mind, this brother will help you relieve if you want it to relieve. That's where the placebo effect happens, right? When people believe or have faith in action, you feel what I'm saying? Putting good action to approach good results, right? Effective results. Y'all not with me. Mental fitness, physical fitness, understanding the body, the mind, the soul. Everything is connected. Stop departmentalizing shit, please, people. This is what this government have done to us. Our school systems in general have done this to us. Therefore, our parents keep making it more powerful. They're not teaching you anything in the schoolhouse. Just regurgitating everything and anything and all the other stuff, right? But as I go into this, I want you to physically, mentally, spiritually, financially take advantage of the opportunities that you have right here, right now. Take possession. Go get my book. Take possession of your own mind. It's on Amazon under Haru Amun, A-M-U-N, at Amazon.com. Go purchase it right now. The cool thing is, it's crazy how the mindset works, right? I always been in self-help, personal development ever since high school. Actually, before high school, junior high to be exact. I always was interested in how to develop psychology, how to develop my sociology, how to develop my all the ologies that they keep claiming. Even pimpology. You ever heard of that one too? Pimpology. Because that's basically what we're doing. The masters have been the pimps, known as our presidents, our governors, our officials that are in these positions that we have given them as so-called servants. But therefore, they become the leaders. How that work? Democracy. Oh, we're a form of democracy. Yeah, we're a form of democracy, but your vote don't count. Let me repeat that. For those of you who really think your vote is counting, your vote don't count. You put, look what you did. You put this dude named Biden. I don't even know what he don't even know what he's doing. He don't even know what he's doing. I don't even think he's understanding that he's on planet Earth. But y'all not going to hear me on that one. Y'all not going to hear me. But let me let y'all know. The fitness game, get your fitness game up. And I'm talking about not just your fitness game, your physical. Look, you got to be self-sustained on every aspect. Be prepared, not getting prepared. Be prepared. You feel me? Be prepared. So let me break down. You are the gym, the modern monk. Y'all know who this is. The modern monk. You are the gym body. You are the gym live.com. You are the gym.com. You can always reach a brother at. You can always email a brother at youarethegym@gmail.com. As well as phone. Text a brother. Let me know who you are first. Introduce yourself. Boom, boom, boom. I've been checking out your show. I like your podcast. I want to get some, I would like to get some advice on what I need to be doing to get my body right. My body right. Get your body right. First of all, get your mind right. Then your body will get set up, because you're going to start, as you utilize the mind, getting the understanding of the mind, what's in the mind, and understanding, setting the parameters or setting the basics of foundation, eating right, putting the right nutrition in your body, right? So you can respond more positive and clear. Therefore, you take the physical manifestation, going to the gym. You don't even have to use a gym, brothers and sisters. That's how cold my programs is. You don't even need a gym. We can just work on body weight. Get your body weight game up. Right? Get to the weight you need to get to. Then you maintain that weight. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, if you want to get a little bigger, yeah, you're going to have to add some weight or resistance, right? But then at the same time, let's make this simple. People, we complicate shit too much. Just like all this other variants and all these other bullshit coronavirus strains that they're going to create. You know why the variance is happening, right? Everybody's physiology is totally different. Some people's diseases are just as worse as the next man or woman, right? I'm not saying I'm disease free, but at the same time, I know what I need to do. I know I need to get my metabolism up. I know I need to get my immune system up and keep it you already prepared. You're not getting prepared. You're already prepared mentally, physically, spiritually. Drinking more water. You know, even though they're tainted, everything is tainted, right? Everything is tainted. But you're going to live so long too, brothers and sisters. That's one thing we all have in common. We gonna fucking die. You feel me? So be ready for it. At least somewhat ready for it. But what is it that you want to do? What is the legacy that you want to leave? A legacy I want to leave? I want to help millions and billions of people get their life back, get self-sustained, go back to the older ways. And what I mean by the older ways, I'm talking about where you're utilizing solar. We're going back to nature. Netaru, going back to the Netaru. You feel what I'm saying? What do I mean by that? I'm talking about taking more control of your body. Stop adding all this, even though we need the supplementations, but we don't need a lot of it because we're not eating the right foods. Even though the foods is fucked up because everything's preservatives. You know, everything, they putting all this shit up in there. Oh, that's not real milk. That's not this. You know, it's imitation everything now. You feel what I'm saying? Remember back in the day when we had imitation powdered milk? Oh my goodness. Y'all not feeling me. Y'all know, this is for my older crowd. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Imitation. You feel me? Now it's across the board. Everything's imitation. Even our women are imitations. Even our men are imitations. Y'all ever thought about that? All this fakery. And that's what we're talking about. This disease known as fear. Huh? But y'all know y'all can get a brother. But I want to add another sponsor that a new encounter. Actually, he hasn't been a new encounter. Shout out to Lamont Styles, a good brother of mine. We kind of connected back in our school days a couple years back, more than 10 years. Way more than 10 years. But he just started, even though he didn't start, he created or developed a barber academy. You know, cutting hair, boom, 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 even though I don't get my stuff cut no more. But but shout out to Lamont Styles for Lifestyles Barber Academy. You can website is lifestylesbarberacademy.com. The email is lifestylesbarberacademy2017@gmail.com. The phone number to the Academy is 253-517-5345. That's 253-517-5345. It's an online. He's got online availability, and he's got in action far as come and touch, hands-on, physical. See, we all need the physical element, right? We still need that physical element. A lot of people liking the online learning techniques, but it's nothing wrong. Like I said, the physical aspect creates the connection, creates the aha moment. I got it. You kind of see what I'm saying? Don't take me wrong. Online you can learn. Some people are visual, some people are blah, 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 whatever you want to go with it. But at the same time, the overall, you definitely it's a bigger picture, right? It's a bigger picture, the aha moment. So the physical spot, he's located in Federal Way, Washington. 33720 9th Avenue South, Suite 11, Federal Way, Washington, 98003, USA. But that's where my brother is. Shout out to you, Lamont Styles, for sponsoring the show. You are the gym. Let's get into it. No further ado, as the brother would say. No further ado. But shout out to you too, bruh. I forgot the channel I watch, but let me get some drink, and then we're going to dive right into the aspects of. Y'all know that brother got some t-shirts for y'all too, huh? Y'all feel me? Them You Are the Gym t-shirts cracking off, waiting for you. $27, free shipping and handling anywhere in the world. even outer space. I'll ship it to outer space too. If that makes sense to you, outer space. Shout out to the viewers who are here live on Instagram, as well as I'm recording it live for the show for those on my YouTube channels, those of you on my Podbean, those on iTunes and everywhere else. We definitely have some additives where I'm doing a little commercials per se, even with Dr. Boz Moreno's solutions that have been helping me get those gains. Yes, sir, get those gains and keep them. You feel me? And keep them. Y'all don't want me to pull up the shirt. Y'all rather don't want to pull up the shirt on y'all, but we definitely making it happen here. Keeping it moved, keeping the mind, body, soul intact. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my beautiful woman, letting her know that I love her and that I'm here for her. And this is an understanding that we all must do. We all must take the path to righteousness, right? Take the path to righteousness, but at the same time, what do you want to establish? What type of legacy? And this is what we're going to be talking about in 114. This new disease known as fear. Now, y'all can go back to some of my shows I did a while back. Matter of fact, I do some interjecting within Facebook as well. I do some talk about different subject matters, not even talk about just things that I'm passionate about, that I'm kind of questioning myself and recording to kind of hear what I'm actually regurgitating, or not even regurgitating, the thoughts that are coming are resonating with my particular energy that I want to explain for myself to kind of put things together. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what life is about. It's about how do everything connect. I don't take NyQuil just because I need to go to sleep because I'm sick and this and that. No, you got to think about what is it doing to the rest of your body? How is it going to make your body affect your full body? You kind of see what I'm saying? Because we compartmentalize or departmentalize certain things. And the problem is we need to start putting, how is it affecting overall? The overall homeostasis of the body, of the mind, the soul. And see, and this is where fear has been developed. When they're teaching you in school about Hitler, telling you about a story that happened prior to your existence, yeah, it's still people that have been there, who was there, right? The flow, understanding of the flow, having the flow, demonizing these particular entities of people. Think about this for a minute. Now, Hitler, we can debate all day. Hitler was a bad man. He didn't have... Think about this. When you protecting your own, you'll do anything to protect your own. Right? Now, we have come to a society that our systems, when you look at our systems, our curriculums, our school systems, to be exact, you see what they have been doing. They're putting fear. They're putting these authority so-called figures, even like the concept of females running the school system. Therefore, we respond that the woman is all this and that, but then at the same time, the interpretation is totally wrong. You feel what I'm saying? Because a woman don't know how to be a woman no more. A man don't know how to be a man no more. And I'm talking overall. I'm generalizing, right? I'm generalizing. Don't take me wrong. It's some people, some men, some women that actually understands the principles of what a female role is, what a male's role is, right? And I'm not saying I got all the answers. That's why I'm always saying this. Please do your own due diligence. Do your own research. And you will find out, keep it real with you, that it doesn't stop at the Bible. It doesn't stop at the Quran. It doesn't stop at the Torah. It doesn't stop. Look, people always talk about these are blueprints. These are not blueprints. These are blueprints for certain people. Certain people who were navigating or who had access to this information and distracted. Just like all these were all schools, right? All religion was schools, interactions of schools, knowledge for those particular people. Therefore, keep that shit. You don't need to teach it to everybody else. Everybody else don't need to know that. Everybody else had their knowledge. You know what I'm saying? What they knew of knowledge that helped them, that kept their environment safe. For thousands of years. That's another thing too. That's why we know history is flawed. For thousands of years, people been doing their things. These tribes and everything else been doing their thing for all these years. But then we come in there and we going to change their game. Kind of like the Hawaiian situation. They didn't discover Hawaii in the 1800s. Hawaii was already discovered. But what they discovered, they put religion on these people so cold. All these folks out here, all Christian, most of them, pushing that. And don't tell me religion is right and this and that. People, we got to look at what religion has done. Religion is just like that gun. That gun they created. That fire they created. To do harm to people. Literally, to do harm for people. I don't need to have... Brother, I don't care if you worship in... You go to Africa, you see these brothers... Well, they so-called call it Africa, from Africanus. Let's start getting in some history. That's a thing too. Stop fucking stopping at the... You claim... A lot of the history is not the root. Can I repeat that again? A lot of the history is not the root. When you're talking like religion, especially when religion context, that's not the root. That's where it didn't start at religion, right? And that's what I'm tired of people even trying to debate. Why are we debating about some shit that don't have nothing to do with what's going on? The realization is the psychology of what it's doing to the mindset, how it keeps you limited. See, you want to be like Master P, no limit, no limits. You don't want no limits. See, that's how you develop your craft. That's how you develop things that you're interested in, where you become an expert in. You feel me? Not what they're giving you. They're telling me 1492. Columbus sold the blue. Sailed the blue, right? He sold the blue. That's what happened. Columbus, he sold it. They sold him. They sold Columbus to you. You feel me? This was one of his accomplishments. 4 voyages that made him the pinnacle. I mean, shit, Columbus. I mean, they even called Washington District of Columbia. All these, come on, people, let's start connecting the dots, please. Can we start connecting the dots? And like I said, the greatest invention of diseases has been fear. They keep you fearful, day in, day out. Got the cops rolling around the neighborhood, woo, 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 keeping you fear. What's happening? What's going on? And it's funny too how we like violence. We enjoy violence. We enjoy it. And then we got the nerve to march. Instead of maybe that's the problem with I think what that civil rights movement have done, kind of put people in a mindset where you really think the march is going to do something. Fear. Greatest invention of all time has been fear. You telling me free speech. They probably bleeping out my shit right now where I can't even talk. Y'all can't even hear my vocals. Yeah, don't take me wrong, they've been censoring my shit too. That's why I haven't been getting a whole bunch of views Because I know the content I'm actually explaining. This is paid content. Let me give y'all that. This is paid content. This is asset driven content that I'm speaking here. Because you're not going to hear this at other podcast shows. Because a lot of these podcast shows are paid to do what they're told to do. Rogan. Oh, so now my sponsors, even if they kick me off all the stuff, you still can go to my website. You can get the content from my website. You feel what I'm saying? See, this is about controlling or developing a self-sustained mentality. Even with your understanding of your psyche, your mind, taking more control, keeping it clear, making sure you're drinking H2O, at least a gallon, 2 gallons a day. Keep the doctors away. That's what they say. 8 gallons a day. That's what they say. Shout out to Dead Prez. Y'all don't know who that is. Go check it out. Google it. Bing it. Let's get free or let's be free. Which one you want? Let's be free. Not let's get free. Let's be free. It's a difference. Go look up the words. I love it what old Bill Clinton was saying, it or from or of. He was using one of those analogies on them. Go look at the word. Go define the word and see what's going on. Because you know what? This media has been creating and developing fear for a long time. Ever since they actually incorporate this television or even the newspaper. It's always been fear-driven. Our media always have been fear-driven. We talk about propaganda. This is not coincidence, brothers and sisters. The 30s, the 40s, the 50s. We see it. It's included in our DNA right now. It has been growing in our DNA. HDD, autism, all these other aspects. Remember, you only seen like the syndromes, right? The Down syndrome. You only seen that rare. That was rare back in the 80s. You feel me? That was rare back in the 80s, people. You see what I'm saying? ADD and all this other shit. Now it's like prevalent. It's like, oh wow, this is right here. Fear. And what do I mean? Let me back up. Let me get you on a touch bases with you. Let's define disease. Let's define fear. For example, where I'm coming off, the analogy where I'm coming off. Thank you for the new viewers and everybody that's tuned in here today. You are at You Are the Gym podcast show with your hosts with the most and willing to take the risk. You feel me? Willing to take the risk to teach, to help educate, to help extract, to help you think, to help you trigger, to help you punch or kick or however you want to do it or chop a motherfucker. Let's talk about disease as I navigate into the Google world. Disease. A disorder of structure or function in a human, animal, or plant, especially one that produces specific signs or symptoms of that affects a significant location and is not simply a direct result of physical injury. Okay? Then it says a particular quality, habit, or disposition regarded as adversity affecting a person or a group of people. Now we're going to shoot over here to fear. Our lovely word.
Fear.
Unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. Okay? Be afraid of someone or something as likely to be dangerous, painful, or threatening. That's what we're going to talk about. We're talking about the verb of fear here. at 114. Since the greatest invention since 1776, even though they was doing many ploys before this country was invented or discovered, as they would say. Key in to the words that are used within your history or her story. Discovered, found, right? Like the white dude was saying, invented. The white man invented. He invented, created patents, created these elements, copyright these elements to start taking over assets that were made you rich within mind, body, and soul, physically, manifestation, right? That's why you have to, we're distracted with the fear. We're distracted with the elements that are outside of the mind. Are you with me? Are you with me? Most of us don't even question the environment. You feel me? Our social environments. Most of us don't even question it. We just allow it to come. And then the thing is, we got to be careful with the people or the friends and fellow family members that we're working with or spending time with, right? The 5 you spend with, obviously you become the 6th. Y'all know the analogy and all these analogies and metaphors that they claim that we do attract. Because that's one of the things we do. We attract the fear because we manifest the fear. Because that's what we're allowed to put in our psyche. Look at the news. You can just scroll through Facebook and see all the bullshit that's going on. Oh, Beyonce did this. Oh, Jay-Z and them did this. Or Nas is doing some crazy stuff in sovereignty. And what does it got to do with you? That's the thing too. What does it got to do? What Kim Kardashian got to do? And don't take me wrong, they're great marketers and all that other stuff. I give them that shit. But at the same time, they don't have nothing to do with you. And nothing. See, I can see if they was influencing you to like get your life right. You know, get your body together. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking no fake shit, going out getting surgeries and all that shit. Because I think surgeries have been detrimental. Don't take me wrong. If you got some stuff you got to really fix up, okay, cool. But first thing, we're going to these militaries. Shout out to all my military brothers. No disrespect, but one of the things we're doing, I think we got some shit fucked up. You go into the military to talk about changing your life, but then at the same time, all you doing is adding more fear to your mind, to your body, to your soul. Therefore, you respond. You're an economic slave. You're an economic soldier. That's what you are. You're really fighting for the wrong cause. Let me just say that. I know all my military friends, shout out to you all, no disrespect, but at the same time, it's something you got to really think about. You going up here, you fighting for these causes, you going up here blowing up people, knowing damn well they didn't do shit to you or your environment, even though, like the brother said, you go in the military, it's fucked up there, then you come out and you going right back to the ghetto. Some cases, right? Coming right back to something that you left. You thought you was going to be elevated, but then at the same time, they don't give a fuck about our veterans. I seen it firsthand. I'm not military, never was military, but I got plenty of friends who are military. And I know they treat them like shit when they get out of the military. They treat them like shit. Period. Hands down. Retired and all. You know, literally. It is sad to see that. You would think they would just, even if you fought in these so-called wars that they claiming that we've been going through in the last 40 years, because Vietnam, I don't know what the fuck that was. That was a joke. That was a joke. Hands down, that was a joke. That's why they lost respect. That's when America lost Had everybody lost respect for them. Period. Hands down. You fighting in wars that you shouldn't even been involved in because you want to take over somebody's shit. Again. But y'all not ready for this. Because the fear have got you wrapped up. Oh, if I don't send my child to this school, I don't know what kind of education. Yeah, that's the whole point of you stepping your game up and getting your education straight. Thinking outside the box. Thinking outside the box that they have given you. Are you with me? I'm going to take a break. Give me a second. Listen to the music as I I'll be right back. Give me a few ticks. That brother said, I will lay vengeance upon thee. Go look at your Bible. Go look at your Quran. Go look at your Gita. Go look at... It is interesting because religion creates fear too. That's where you're introduced to the fear aspect. Besides your mom about to whoop that ass or your dad about to whoop that ass because you pulled a prank. But usually, you know what I'm saying? But when you pull the prank, it's usually by... When you look at the background of it, it's some bullshit anyway. Oh, you're watching some crazy shit, fear, some ecstasy, exorcist, or what is it, poltergeist? Y'all remember that? Fear, little kid. I'm a little kid and I'm watching them type of movies, right? Fear-based. Ghosts. They telling you about ghosts and the boogeyman. Y'all remember that? What you think is going on in the child's head? I don't think we pay attention to this kind of shit. But it's fear, right? Fear. What they say, they got a new acronym, kind of a cool acronym. What's going on? Maybe I got cut off a little bit. They like, cut him off. Yeah, not now. What is this going on? Let me see. Am I still there? Saying live. Video pause. Video pause. That's what it's doing to me right now. But we're going to do a second part. If that's... We're going to end it there. Hotep, I'm back again, live. I don't know what happened. It just stopped. Stopped recording, but maybe, like I said, I know they paying attention to a brother. Because people are paying attention. They're starting to hear what's going on. They're starting to wake up. People are starting to wake up. The problem is we need to start waking up. That's the problem. We're being so we've been so conditioned to fear tactics where we want to stay quiet. We want to stay submissive. We want to stay an economic slave to the status quo. We don't want to be different from what everybody else is doing, what the crowd is doing. You feel me? That's another thing. It's like, why you don't want to create your own identity? Why you don't want to do your own thing? And I don't mean about doing your own thing. I mean about you're here, you're an asset when you allow yourself to be an asset. You're an asset to them, but be an asset to yourself. Stop being a liability. Stop being a problem. And that's how I look at it. We have a lot of issues within us because they have created these issues to come within you. By the fear tactics, by the news, by the media, by the your teachers, by and I mean teachers, I'm talking everybody around you, your environment. What they're teaching you is not as positive as we want it to be. Therefore, I think we have to create that environment. We have to develop that environment, especially for your children, giving them an opportunity to do the things they truly want to do, what's in their heart. You know, they learn things, don't take me wrong, give them access to everything so they know what's up. But here's the benefits. Here's the benefits, and here's the features, and here's some of the no's and the yeses, right? Giving them the opportunity, because they say the A and B students work for the C students. Because it's not just to get along, to follow along, or whatever they call it. Because we definitely got to get out that mindset. Because they're straying you right to the slaughterhouse. Right? You want to go to the slaughterhouse. And the slaughterhouse is fear-based. It's always fear. That's what the devil taught you. That's what the devil's about. If you want to, the ideology behind fear, all the attributes, even though he'll give you everything and anything. But what is a man when he can, you know, have all the riches in the world, but loses his soul? This is part 2, episode 114. This new disease, fear, has been around since 1776, prior to the development, to the invention, to the founding fathers of this country created. Because you know all them brothers was treason. That was treason what they was doing, right? That's what I'm doing right here, treason. Speaking up. Utilizing my right known as freedom of speech. Shit, that was so important they put it on the second one, right? It was so important. Freedom of speech, bruh. Yeah, we better put that in there. But see, you notice they didn't define it. They really didn't define it. Now you have these issues where you have these attorneys. These attorneys and these high-end attorneys that's creating this legalese or this talk. Latin, using Latin words is not colloquial, so we don't even understand it. The common man, woman don't understand it. You feel me? That's the game. That's the game that's being played. That's what I'm saying. You got to understand the language before you actually can engage. The problem is English is a fucked up language because it's too many meanings to one word. And you know we good at metaphors and acronyms and all kinds of shit. We come up with all kinds of stuff. That is what's cool about the situation. But then on the other side it's kind of bad too, because you don't know what meaning is coming from. What is the context is he coming from there? Right? Because the key thing is the question. That's the thing I'm talking about here. Question the shit. Then start setting your strategies, getting strategies in place. You know, blueprint. Get your blueprint. Start planning. This is what I need to be doing. Boom. Then start implementing the plan. Start taking action to get to what you need to get to. That end result, even though the end result is continually moving, because you shouldn't be settling. Fear of the Black Planet. Y'all remember that, huh? Shout out to my brothers. Shout out to all the viewers who's actually enlightened the mind, the body, the soul. Because it's time to stand up. It's time to stand on your own. Y'all not hearing me on that. It's time to stand up on your own. Getting your family right. Stop relying on these big ass corporations to do the things that you should be doing yourself. Hence, see, this is another thing too. They got us so, this is what's cool about the fear game. Shout out to you. What's cool about the fear game is that they got us so locked up. So your money, most 3-year-old can actually, 3 to 5, whatever, they can comprehend how money is affecting you, mom, dad, right? They see what money is doing, especially if you're showing them what's going on. They see how effective, and that becomes very important to them because they know what money can do. You feel me? It's the same situation right now. When you're talking like your learning systems, the systems that you're embedded in, the schools that you go to, you see what I'm saying? The neighborhoods that you live in. It all affects you. The thing is, how much does it affect you? That's the question. How much does it affect you? When you walking in the neighborhood and you have many homeless people just chilling, what you think is going on in your head? Or in that particular person's head? Oh, I gotta be feared. None of these dudes better come up on me. You feel me? That type of mentality. Therefore, this is what our society has been creating, or this so-called North America has been creating. And I'm sure it's all around the world. But we see what's going on. All the theft, all the robbery, all the different things that's happening. What you think is people trying to get? They trying to... And it's crazy because we got so much shit. You can see the homeless guy. He got more shit than people who got fucking houses and storage units. Taking that, rolling that shit all around the city. That's what show you we fucked up. That should show you right there we fucked up mentally. All the propaganda, all the tactics, all these so-called vaccinated people who's getting the COVID again, is just a different name. See, this is the thing. The funny thing about the vaccine ain't gonna do you shit if you're not keeping your body in. The vaccine is not even, you shouldn't even be taking a vaccine, hands down. I don't care. You could debate whatever. I don't even think you should even take the shit. You know what they putting in the shit? And then the other thing, the other element is, they did it so fast. They put the vaccines together so fast, unheard of in history. You telling me just a year ago, they couldn't even do the shit. It took them years to come up with a vaccine for certain things. All of a sudden this come up, and all of a sudden everybody's involved in this and that. See, this is why this is why people gotta understand. Don't follow the masses. The masses are dumb asses. They're the dumb ones. That's the ignorance. That's the stupidity. You're talking billions of people on this planet, people. Billions. And it's only so many people. They even talked about it in your book. They said 144,000. 144,000. That ain't shit. But it's only a few people that is awakening that can see the bigger picture. I'm not talking about I'm your God or I got vision and I can do this and I can do that. Look, all you got to do is clean up your game. Clean up your mind. Get the calcification out of there. Get all this shit that you putting in your body. All this crazy ass soda pop and all this shit, sugar levels just way the fuck up there. Sodium, all that shit, way the fuck up there. How you think is responding in your body? And they're telling you, the funny thing, in all the healthy stuff, they're telling, now the healthy stuff is bad for you. Oh, you take too much of anything is going to be bad for you. Reality check, common sense, hence cycle, hence fast off the shit for a minute, take some days off. It's understanding to understand you. That's the first and foremost. Understand you, how you work, how you learn, how you manifest truth within you. That's the key. Fear is not going to do you any good. Let me say it like that. And fear has been rampant. That's what they need to do polls on. Fear. How big is fear in America? Not just in America, but in Australia. In Algeria. In all these different African spots where they got they're using these same ploys that they've been doing with these Americans for I don't know how long. Because we always blaming everybody else. Like I was saying in my last video, part 1, I was saying the same thing about Hitler. Think about this. Hitler was taking care... Look, Hitler took the extreme. I'm not going to say he's a bad guy, he's a good guy, but look, anybody in their right fucking mind going to do what they got to do to keep get their people back in the upright. You know what I'm saying? Get their people back on point. You know, I'm not saying what he did was good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not for that. But at the same time, you got to realize, and look, the Jewish community is small, right? The Jewish community is small, just like a lot of these so-called examples or ethnicities that go through these traumas. Why are we learning about these stories, or these stories being promoted in front of us, creating the fear? Therefore, it's interesting too, because those particular people, they're doing it so cold now because it's under the water. It's underneath you. And then they're wondering why we're making these extreme fear tactics or fear moves while I'm still in, I got to get this dude. I'm going to get him. Think about it. Hip hop promotes that all the time. Hip hop promotes getting somebody. I got to get this money. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to feed my babies and this and that. And you making millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? They making millions of dollars talking about they still need to feed. E40, if you still talking that, brother, you don't even need to be in the game. Because you made more money than in a lifetime, in a few years. Why are you still talking about your family need to eat? Your family don't need to eat. Or obviously you're doing something wrong with your money. That's my take on it, right? That's my take. I don't have all the answers, and I'm not claiming that I have all the answers. But I can tell you one thing. This new disease called fear is destroying a lot of us. What they say, the wolf calling wolf? I'm calling the wolf. The wolf is out there. He about to chop everybody up too. Eat you. Good, whole. Getting that good food too, because we got a lot of fat people up in this motherfucker. Good grubbing too. Just, tearing them up. Tearing them up. Because the propaganda, and don't tell me Fox Network and CNN, BCT, BCU, or whatever, all these other different forms of media, all of them are in bed with each other. Hands down, they all in bed. What happened to TMZ? I haven't even heard nothing from TMZ. I haven't seen nothing going on with them. They must have got shut down. Right? Think about it, people. Think about it. We gotta stop buying into the look. They fear you. They fear you with scarcity. That's the other thing, scarcity. When you're controlling big businesses, you got all the water. They telling you stop drinking the tap water, right? Stop making your own resources. That's basically what's been happening over the years. Since 1776. They basically they invented the concept. They created the concept, right? Even with your boy Rockefeller. Good analogy. Rockefeller created an industry. Not saying it was all him, but he's seen an opportunity where we're going to make this standard. See, that's the problem. I think that's the problem. Therefore, creating these scare tactics, guerrilla marketing, guerrilla this, guerrilla that. What is a guerrilla? Okay, when you define a gorilla, but a gorilla will mess you up. Literally, right? Would mess you up. Physically. I'm talking physically. See, that's another thing too. We got to start really paying attention, because the words they use within these tactics, effective. efficient, right? And the funny thing is, the job culture, that's been the crazy element within today's environment. The job cultures. Because these big businesses, they lost it soon as they start expanding. You feel what I'm saying? That's why you see the CEOs don't last too long. If y'all really want to pay attention to certain things, don't take me wrong. You do have the now I forgot the brother's name, but he was GM back in the day. He's well known for cutting all the laying off everybody. And he was manufactured. Matter of fact, they was messing with the come to find out, it was fraudulent back then, but they didn't know it till they started creating, the SEC started creating all these rules as far as what you can do with your stocks, right? GM, I know the dude, y'all know the name. When I say the name, y'all gonna know who he is. He was with them for almost 20 years, I think. But he went in there, this was during the 60s and 70s, I recall. And I read plenty of information on the dude back in the day, because he's got these books that's catering to leadership. What's leadership? And I forgot the brother's name. I know the dude's name. He's still living till this day. He's probably in his 80s right now. But my point is, the fear tactics that was developed during these periods of time. That's why we keep having these people, these possessive people, kind of like these dudes named as Bill Gates, that's like putting all this money into these media outlets, feeding you this garbage. Literally, MSNBC, right? MSNBC, Microsoft owned NBC. Now, if people understand what NBC is about, NBC was one of the big ones. One of the big media gurus, I would say. One of the media gurus. It's an understanding. See, we allow, and we keep allowing it. I don't know why we just keep on allowing it. Oh, he's a good person. Like Jeff Bezos. Everybody was cool with Jeff Bezos. Till all of a sudden he's a trillionaire. But the problem is these guys, these egos, that's another thing. These egos get in the way. People's ego get in the way. And all of a sudden they're like, I'm going to change the world. I'm going to do this. Well, let me create a vaccine for the people. But we want to clean the people up because I think it's too many people on the planet. Who gives you the right to say that? And think about that. Who gives them the right to say who can live and who can't live? Have anybody asked that question? But the thing is this too. We have to start taking, the people have to start taking more responsibility. Because we just having children. We having children all out of wedlock. All kinds of crazy misrepresentation, misinformed, miseducated. You feel me? All these elements make sense, right? Make sense why we're producing, especially in the black community. Not saying they're blaming that. I'm just saying that because that's something I know. That's something of my experience, of my ethnicity. Even though it's a lot of things that we're doing that's way, way out of pocket. As humans in general, as the mindset, especially from the so-called background or so-called history of so-called ancestors that has been given, we have disappointed our ancestors. Hands down. Hands down. And it's to a point now where it's like we can't even identify. And this one's for y'all religious brothers and sisters out there. If Jesus came right now, he wouldn't know who the hell who his people is. He wouldn't be able to identify one from the other. And that's real talk right there. That's real talk. Wouldn't know what's going on. What has happened. Literally, what has happened. The mind is gone. The body is gone. We're just existing. And we're All we're existing right now, the planet Earth, the plane right now is zombie-like. We're out of it. You know what I'm saying? We're out of it. Literally, the fear has consumed. The fear has destroyed. The fear have created the box to come in a little more. To come in a little more. You feel me? Till it just crushes you. Kind of like the metaphor with Star Wars when Leia and Luke and I think it was Han Solo, they was inside that crush. The crush the trash up. You feel me? It's the same metaphor. It's the same metaphor right there. You can use that the same analogy. And what do that create? That creates fear. That creates adrenaline rush. Right? You got to get out of there. You got to get out of there somewhere. So people doing whatever they can. Let me go get the vaccine. Get out of this stuff real quick. Even though it's no foundational element to it. They're putting out these fear tags. Look at what they're saying to you now. Look at Fox. They was all about the vaccine, this and that. Now they take a new story. Look at the story. That's what I'm saying. Look at your politicians. Your politicians, they're not taking the vaccine. Guaranteed that. They're creating the illusion. Creating the illusion. Oh, I got my vaccine. Yeah, believe that. Don't believe that. Because they know what it's doing to the people. They know it's going to be... Look, they got technology now where they can put little tracers inside your... no, inside the liquid. Literally. The solution. They can put tracers inside the solution. Therefore, they can follow you, track you, see what you're doing. Boom, boom, boom. Therefore, we have the smartphone. They have the smart internet. Look at what they're doing now. Your heart rate. All this other aspect they've been able to do just with an app alone. And you telling me they're not 9/11, Vietnam, World War II, World War I, even the Revolution. All these Civil War, all of them was built on fear. All of them was to consume your right. Period. Your right to do what you want to do. But the key thing is this. The problem is the big business, big corporation has been creating the fabric. They've been creating the environment. But it's not a healthy environment from the get-go. I get what Google is doing, where they're creating these campuses where people can come do, free for all and all this other type of scenario. But then at the other side of it, it's like they're not green. They're not doing what they're claiming they're doing. And it's funny too how big business is always giving you some bullshit. Well, how they've been doing this for the veterans, or how they've been doing this, for certain people and this and that. You should be doing that anyway. You feel me? All the capital that you're doing, to me it's crazy. You making Jeff Bezos, you do whatever you want to do with your money. But the funny thing is, how do we have one guy that get all this bread, or one particular family that have all this bread, but we have people literally starving, stealing from our fellow people, right? Causing issues, right? Oh, socialists. Oh, we need to be doing this. We need to be communists. We need to... Screw all that stuff. That stuff ain't doing us no good. We see certain things work and certain things don't work, right? Period. Hands down. Hands down. But the key thing is they have built these fear mechanisms. So we got something coming up here in a shortly. We got holidays coming up. So the big holidays. We got Black Friday and we got Thanksgiving and Christmas. So watch the ploy that comes before this holiday. Watch what goes on. They want to lock you down. Then they're going to open you up here shortly. You with me, brothers and sisters? No predictions. This is just the real talk. This is what we see within our stories, right? History is showing it time and time again. They're good at this stuff. They're good. That's why I said it used to be every 10 years they used to ploy. Now it's every 4 years they ploy. Now it's getting shorter due to this Biden situation, because people are coming to the understanding that we done put the devil in the office. They claim Donald Trump was the Antichrist, but fuck the Antichrist. He's the devil. Biden is the devil himself. He's literally, this brother don't have no dialogue, right? He's not answering no questions, relevant questions, and everything seemed plotted anyway. You know what I'm saying? Everything seems staged like a motherfucker, more and more. It's more Hollywood than any time in history, right? Any time in history. Even though we first got introduced to the fear tactic of my brother Kennedy getting shot in the head by his wife. That's another theory. Brother Kahafri, what's good with you, bruh? Shout out to you. Hopefully you're still in. I seen you sent me a message. If you want to chime in, send me something or wave in, or if you want to come in on this, I'll let you come in on this, because I'm talking fear, new disease fear, 114th episode. And we just talking, and I know you be interested in some of this dialogue that we actually encounter. And if you're still on here, shout out to you. Much respect. But like I said, disease. It's a disease. It has been created as a disease. It's been manifested within your school systems, right? And even all the events that we've been catering to. Okay, you're getting a lot of robberies, you're getting a lot of shooting, cops daily. You hear them over daily, just fire department, everybody. You see what I'm saying? The fear. What is it embedded in your mindset? Then you got brothers and sisters walking down the street, fearing the cops, thinking they're going to beat them up and this and that. See, all this stuff has been developed to keep the status quo, to keep the system or the system moving to a point where all you doing is consuming. You're not producing. And that's the key thing here. I want you to become a producer. You feel me? I want you to become a self-sustained producer. Growing hemp. Developing wind turbines. Developing solar panels. Growing your own food. Becoming more healthier. You know what I'm saying? Not just for yourself, but for your family. Who's going to protect them? Bullets run out, my brothers and sisters. You feel me? Bullets run out. You may have to use these. You feel me? You may have to use this. You may have to use some knees, some foots, some head banging. But y'all not with me. I think y'all rather y'all want the fast gratification. Oh, I get it instantly. I want it instant. I want it instant. That's what it should have been on AOL and all or emails. I want it instant. I want it now. Remember that commercial? I want my money now. We want instant gratification. Therefore, the fear has created that instant gratification. The fear of not having. Even though we all have something in common, literally. Well, two things in common. We birth with three things. We birth, we live a life, and we die. But what you want to live? Do you want to live that legacy? Do you want to create a legacy? So, let me give you some, these are just suggestions on how to combat or defeat or stand up. Get up, stand up for your rights. Bob Marley, shout out to you, brother. Rest in peace. All day, every day. Thank you for enlightening the mind, body, and soul. Because they killed that brother too. Let's keep it real. These conspiracy theories are really coming true and evident. Most of them. So don't pass it by when somebody talking crazy. When we know certain things are happening. We know this government, not just this government, but all around, because America, the American government or the American establishment, as we know, the 1% or whoever's running the show, they're good. They're good at influencing other countries or other leaders. Therefore, they kill these leaders. Saddam Hussein, Bin Laden, Gaddafi, my other brother, and many other people that we have noticed in our past time in history that we claim that has been doing wrong, and oh, he's going against us now. We're going to have to destroy him and destroy everything he owns, right? Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, right? Gandhi. How you go? That's the one thing I have confused, man. I just don't understand that. How you kill Gandhi? This brother was about peace. He didn't own shit. He didn't own nothing. But I guess they figure he had the people, the mindset of the people, the power, right? That was actually standing up to Goliath, as the brother would say in this one video. Right? When they was in the lion's den, stood up in the lion's den, or Daniel in the lion's den, and the brothers in the firmament, right? The fire pit. Let's understand, and I'm telling you, we gotta. It's always lessons, but it's about how we interpret the lessons, right? That's really where it comes down, the interpretation. But the problem is we allow somebody else to interpret it for us instead of really doing our own soul searching, as they say, soul searching. Uh-huh. Welcome to You Are the Gym podcast show with your host, Haru the Modern Monk, here for you to educate, to extract, to learn, to understand, to teach, to grasp, to use examples, to understand events that are connected. Because see, that's the key thing, homeostasis. That's what you want to be in. You want to be in a homeostasis state within your body. Everything is affected. Everything matters, right? But everything matters, but you want to add the matters that works for you, not against you. Oh, how do you know? How do you know this is against me? How do you know this government is doing these things that's supposedly helping me with Social Security, maybe getting benefits from this, benefits from that? See, the benefits is actually destroying you, though. As a whole, what it's doing is misrepresented. It's taken for granted, right? Because people are using it the wrong way, per se. Or their interpretation of it, okay, I'm going to live and survive, then I'm going to have my children do the same thing, boom, 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 because I don't want to go get nothing. I don't want to go extract nothing. I want to settle for what I got, and I don't want to build upon my foundation. You feel me? Even though we all have that right since birth to build a foundation if we truly want to get in that foundation. Mom, I want to do this. This is what I'm enjoying. You feel me? But fear plays a big part. And that's where risk comes in too. That's a funny thing too, risk. They came up with a code. Matter of fact, let me I want to define that too, risk. Even though I defined it on one of my other shows, but this is a good time to talk about that. Go into that a little more. Risk. Risk, the definition. The definition of risk. Let me see. Is everything working right? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. For all you guys who's been checking out the podcast for the last couple of years. Because we definitely been having fun here. Risk. Hold on 1 second, my brothers and sisters. Definition. Like risk, economics. No, I don't need that. Risk. Let me go into that a little bit.
Risk.
A situation involving exposure to danger. That's the noun. The verb is expose. Someone or something valued to danger, harm, or loss. Now, both of them actually make sense to me. I mean, hands down. But it all creates a fear mentality, a fear reaction. You feel me? So it's like in the same frequency. I would put risk in the same frequency. Unless you're understanding the risk and know how to navigate the risk. Kind of similar to fear. You feel me? I mean, because when you learn about what the fear is about, then you know how to combat it. You know how to go about it. You know how to set up that particular art form that's going to work for you. Jikudo. Jinjitsu. You know, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be. But it's an art form. It's an art form that you innately have. You personally. You have the ability. That's why, look, fear, we have to stop buying into the fear. We have to stop buying into the propaganda that is going on in our daily lives. And we allow it. Stop allowing it. Stop following the trend. Stop following what everybody else is saying. I usually get my news from other people, too. But then after I hear them, I'm like, let me go and do my own research. Let me see what's up. See what's going on. That's why I don't buy into all the bullshit that's going on. Why would I take a vaccine? I haven't been taking a vaccine since the fucking vaccines was vaccinated. Literally, the only vaccine I had was my high school. That's it. High school. That was the last time I got it. 1992. That's it. Haven't touched that stuff, no flu crap and all this other shit they've been doing to us. You know, and the first indicator should have been, it's free. That shouldn't have been the first indicator to the mind, body, and soul. It's free. No way. They've been doing all this crazy stuff, all these ploys, especially after 2000. You really starting to see some crazy stuff going on. All this over-sexed, over-drugged, abusing everything. I mean, even the fitness industry abuse alcohol. These cats always talking about, oh, you still can drink beer and get these gains. Brother, you ain't getting no gains. You look like shit. Let's keep it 100 here. That's what I don't understand about what's really going on. Some people may benefit from it, but most people are not. Because you're putting a toxic in your body. That's the thing. And then we don't know what they're... That's another thing. It's so much junk food. It's more junk food than healthy food out here. And it's amazing to go into like... I was tripping when I first went into Whole Foods. And I'm thinking, okay... And maybe this was my religious connotation too, a little bit. This was in the earlier years. Going to Whole Foods, I'm thinking, okay, well, they're not selling pork. They're not selling food that's going to hurt people or harm people, right? You know what I'm saying? But now these are the things that's been going on. Like I say, Walmart call their stuff it could be 1% organic and it's sold as organic product. Y'all know that, right? This is what's going on with our society, especially here, because it's all about, it's the prophets, right? It wasn't the prophet. It was the prophet who came to speak. Yes, I'm the modern monk, and I'm here for you, as I will. But I must go to the Tennessee. It used to be honorable, but no, it's not honorable no more. They have taken the guru, or they have taken the prophet and extracted, propagandized the situation. Making money off ignorance, off stupidity, off fear. And I'm going to end it with that. Oh, wait, let me give some tidbits. These are just some suggestions to overcome fear. First and foremost, Most of the time, well, no, it ain't no most of the time. All the time. All the time. This is what I think you should be doing more. I think when you add more water in your regimen, right? For clarity. I'm talking about clarity. Getting your mind right. Getting your mind right. Get away from the caffeine. That's one of the things I've been doing recently too. The caffeine and the dopamine. The dopamine situation too. We got all this dopamine going on, so this fast gratification situation we gotta alleviate. We gotta get rid of to an extent, or at least meditating, going back into your meditation state, so you can start thinking things through a little better. As far as what you're gonna do, how you're gonna navigate, who you're working with. Do I need to get better skills or more skills to add value? And really stop buying into all the shit that goes on our television, on our media, on our social media as well. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the things too, we are creating fear for our children, because they see how you navigate. They're seeing how you navigate. Oh, Dad just jumped to my pops just jumped in. He got the vaccine and didn't hesitate. Didn't do no research on it. Just jumped on it. Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, whoever it is. It's amazing how fast people just go and jump into something. Don't know shit about it, whatever. And the inventors, that's another thing. We got to be careful on Fauci and all these guys. All these people you never even knew. I'm looking at like the what is his name, the Secretary of the Health dude. I don't even know who he is. At least back in the day, you knew at least what they was about. You know, they had books. They was, you know, these dudes just popping up out of nowhere. Indian dude too. That was funny too. I was like, what the? I'm telling you, we got some fear tactics going on that's crazy. Another suggestion. So clean your body, get some water, start clearing that mind, body, and soul. Exercise. You gotta exercise. You gotta add some exercise, even if it's some light walking. 30 to 45 minutes a day. You know what I'm saying? Some light walking, or doing some long distance walking. You know what I'm saying? At least 2 miles at the most. 2 to 4 miles at the most. You know what I'm saying? Literally getting that walking so you can start getting your clearing, start getting your thinking. Start thinking more. Thinking more clear, thinking on what I need to be doing. Stop buying into the propaganda. Like I said, stop buying into all the fear tactics. Everything that pop up is not always good. And it's some good and some bad. The variants, or whatever they keep claiming that is. But they're not giving you the statistics of the people who had the vaccine that's actually getting it. They ain't showing you that. They're just showing you the people who don't have the vaccine, because they playing that ploy, right? Creating enemies within the particular states. Mind, they got you off the George Floyd and all the rest of this stuff. Let's get them on this shit now. Oh, we got a variant now. Now we cooking with grease. We cooking with grease. More ploys. Because see, they got you locked up right now. So then, like I said, holidays are about to come up. They're going to allow you, they're going to open it back up. Watch how fast it be. We're going to open back up, and we're going to get all this money again, this fluctuating money, because we got all the TVs and television shows we got for you now. Netflix, the Google Podcast, all these crazy stuff. But like I said, this is You Are the Gym podcast show with your host, Haru. Modern Month. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your love. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, if you haven't told anybody yet, let them know about the podcast show. It's here live once a week, and we want to do a little bit more. But until next time, much love. I'm out of this. Peace. I'm out. Peace. Love you.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.